welcome back to my channel, Mama P, Life Over 50. Um, Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, um, watching my videos, commenting on my videos, as well as sharing my videos. So today, I'm giving you a trigger warning, so it's going to be really serious what I talk about today. Many people don't know that I am not originally from Tennessee. I was originally born in New York City in Manhattan. I spent the first 3.5 years of my life there with my mom. So eventually, she was with this man, um, and we got abused. And when I say abused, we almost lost our lives, me and my brother. That's 3 years behind me. And my mom must have been having an argument or something, I'm not sure. But he was so angry that he tried to drown me in a sink full of water and my brother in the toilet full of water. Of course, he was still a baby then, so it's not like we were big old kids and could do this or that. And so we ended up being relocated to be with our grandmother in Tennessee. So we get to Tennessee. We have been traumatized so much that we were afraid to move. We wouldn't do anything without asking first. It took a little time, but my grandmother eventually got us out of being so afraid. And so, yeah, being in Tennessee, we started growing and, just getting older and bigger. My granny did a great job. In my opinion, of course, only my opinion counts. So let's move up a little bit into the life. Around the age of 15 and 16, I learned that I had a sister as well as two more brothers that I didn't know about. And so my mom would call just to complain to me about my siblings that were getting in trouble in New York. Now, mind you, I'm just a teenager, and of course, I'm here in Tennessee, and they're in New York City. I could not possibly control what they were doing, but she would blame me for them misbehaving. And of course, I was everything but a child of God. So, let's fast forward a little more to when I turned 17. I got pregnant. I called my mom. I told her, and of course, she proceeded to cuss me out, telling me that she was too young to be a grandmother. And so, yeah, we went from that to being pregnant the summer of '87. So, in '87, I was a lifeguard. I was a lifeguard before then also. But I was a lifeguard riding my bike to work at a swimming pool that's in Tennessee. And so one day I was riding my bike and a car hit me. It hit me so hard that I had to be rushed to the hospital. And lo and behold, could have died then. That's the second instance of me almost losing my life, as well as my unborn child's life. But turns out, God Almighty had a different outcome. He had a reason for me not losing my life either time, as well as me not losing my child. So, I went from that to raising my child, of course, with not a lot of challenges, but you graduate from high school, you wanting to go to college, or wanting to go into the service. Well, believe it or not, I didn't know until I tried. I tried to go into the service, um, and lo and behold, I was too short to join the military. So, excuse me, I wasn't able to do that. So, in turn, I got a job, as well as going to college. And so, raising her, I ended up having to quit college, and I ended up getting a second job so that I would be able to, take care of my daughter. Well, let's fast forward a little more to where I had another daughter. And so, two daughters by the age of 20. And I'm doing everything that I can to take care of them. So, at the same time, I am having some mental issues, to where before I was even pregnant, my granny would go and visit my mom in New York, to where one year she went and she came back with my two younger brothers. Um, my sister, I would assume, was with her father at the time. So they got down here and they had been traumatized because they were in the foster care system. And so we had to get them moved out of that, being afraid all the time. And so that worked out. But then after a few years of being here in Tennessee, my mom decides she wants her kids back. But there's a twist. She only wants my two younger brothers back. She doesn't want me and the brother that's right behind me back. So, yes, that made me feel away. It's like, what's wrong with me and my brother? You said your children, you have had a total of four of them here. So, but then you only took just the two. So, yeah, that gave me some issues to deal with. Um, and that drove me more to to take as good a care of my two daughters as I could. And so that's what I did. Um, it's something, of the mental that you go through when you see that the only mother that you have didn't seem to want you, but she wanted you enough to have you, and a man abused you that was with her, of course. And so you're like, why am I even here? Of course, at that time, I'm not understanding that there's a bigger picture involved. You know, it's just to the point of like, what, why am I here? I think everybody would be just better off if I wasn't here. You know, but then, learning things, I couldn't be selfish because I still had my two daughters to think about. And so I pushed those thoughts to the back of my mind, and I kept pushing. This video has been almost 10 minutes long, so I'll be returning with part two. Thank you. Have a great day. And by the way, if you like my content, please subscribe. Please press the notification bell and comment, as well as share my video. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.